Hello, I'm George Simons, Vice President of New Business Development for Global Contact Services. We are the contact center experts. We provide management, staffing, and consulting services for all phases of the contact center operations. If you work in a call center, every day you'll get a call from a customer who, somewhere in the conversation, loses track of the subject and heads off down some rabbit trail that's unrelated to their product, service, or information you're trying to provide. Some customers are only looking for a break in their day. They're lonely. They're at work and they're bored to death, so they want to call somebody, and you happen to be that person. Or they've got some windshield time ahead of them in their car, and then so they make a call to you, and they've got plenty of time because they're going nowhere. You have to get them back on track so you can handle the call and move on to the next customer. First thing you can do is ask questions. Get some leading questions that focus their thoughts back on the topic at hand. Create a roadmap for them. Rephrase what they called about. Mr. Smith, I'd like to ask you 3 things about the product that you just called me about. Or paraphrase, review the important things that you were talking about before they went down the rabbit trail. Okay, so just to rephrase your topic, you need some help trying to figure out how to reassemble the widget. And finally, if you have somebody that just won't be quiet, find a point when they're going to take a breath, restate what they said, and then move on to close the call. For instance, wow, I can't believe that you actually ate that. That's a great story, but I've got to run. And you can close and thank them for their time. And finally, keeping calls on track, you can use clarifying statements. That's where you kind of parrot back to the individual what they've said to you to make sure that you understand what they wanted. Mr. Smith, I just want to make sure that I heard you correctly. When you said that the switch was red, I understood that to mean that the switch on the bottom of the device was red. Is that correct? This is a great technique for making sure that you don't spend too much time thinking you understand the problem and finding out later in the call that you don't. Those are a couple ways to help keep a call on track.